We're starting now.
Okay, go ahead. Good.
Hi, I'm Susie with Got Spouse Need House. And today here we have Roxy from Roxy's Diner Collection. And Roxy, so can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your bridal store and what inspired you to start your business?
Sure. My business is called Roxy's Designer Collection, and it's been a long journey. I would say over 15 years already, because I did this like my sister's wedding dress and her veil. I looked in the mirror and then I fell in love with the business, and I thought, this is what I want to do. So you can say it's a calling. And I used to watch fashion shows, Miss Universe, and I used to draw and saw the talent in me, and they encouraged me through my family. And when I graduated from high school, I went to Fashion Institute of Design and Merchandising in Los Angeles, and I was there for 2 years. The third year, my teachers suggested that I would create a fashion show, and I had a collection of 8, 9 evening gowns. I always loved evening gowns and bridal and lingerie because it's very romantic and it's mostly with lace and luxurious fabrics, and I enjoy that. I did work briefly in a ready to wear, but that was not my passion. So after graduation, I worked with a designer how to make the patterns, how to use the lace, how to work with lace, how to work with bride one on one, and it was a great experience. I love what I do. I always look at magazines. So you can say I've been in business over years. So after that, I worked with bridal shops mostly, and bridal shops here in the valley, and some of them were great. They were willing to work with me, and they were happy to have my designs in their shops. But I did have that said, we don't want to, like I would call them, I would say, would, I don't want to, would you like to work with a designer? I had one bridal shop, as a matter of fact, say, I don't want to work with a designer. We don't need designers. And she hung up on me. A couple of years ago, when bridal shops were going out of the business, they were closing because it was way too much for them to handle. I thought to myself, and I told my husband, I said, I can do this. And I could work with the brides, and it would be great to work with them because I can get their feedback, what they like, what they don't like. And it would be much better for me to design from beginning to end and even have a boutique where brides can afford my dresses. So I have a friend in Los Angeles who owns a bridal shop. Well, she did own a bridal shop for years. I called her and I said, would you mind if I take your dresses, your samples, I sell them here in the valley in Arizona? And she said, absolutely, come and get them. So the week after, I brought them in, and I was working from my garage, literally, from my garage. And my husband said, you know what, we can make the third car garage into a, let's do it. And brides started coming in, and they loved it because it's so personal, and I'm not disappearing anywhere. They can reach me anytime, and I'm flexible with their time. So that's how it started, and it's grown from 1 year to the other year. Uh, 2017 is when I really started the retail. Before that, I was designing, like I said. I continued doing that. I had my own workroom, working in my home, and that's it. That's how it all started, and it's now looking back, I love it. It's my passion.
Good, I'm glad you like it. So you
Mhm.
said you started the retail in 2017,
I
correct?
started the retail in 2017, correct? But like I said, I've been in business a long time. Even when I was raising my kids, I was designing from home for friends, family. They would tell their friends and family members, and they would come in. So I would have custom, custom
Yes.
clients. Very little because I was busy with life.
Right, yeah.
But after the
How have the
kids were
bridal trends
born,
evolved over the years, and what is trending right now?
well, over the years, as you know, a lot of brides look up to celebrities and they look up to royalty and they want to look like them. So it definitely the trends changed. Like in the 80s when Princess Diana was getting married, her puff sleeve. Uh, I even wanted a dress like that. But I always tell my brides to go with a very to go with classics design, not trendy. Don't follow the
Right.
trend. So do your own style. So
Yeah.
and then now the new trends, it's changing now. There's a lot of little skirts, lace as always, with always colors, blush, which is like light pink and blue, uh, color like black. There's a lot of guys wearing black and veils and black. So it's. I'm sorry, but the echo really is getting to me. I cannot think and talk at the same time. It's coming back to me.
It's coming back on your end.
Yeah. So it's really distracting. Sorry to say.
Yeah, I don't have an echo on my end, so I'm not sure how we can correct that.
Okay. Maybe I shouldn't say anything.
No, we need you to talk. No, you're talking about a black wedding dress. So my nephew,
Hmm.
it would be his wife's sister, she had a black wedding dress, and I had just seen the pictures because they live in another state. So that was the first time seeing that. It was different,
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah, they're
but it
doing
looked very
different
pretty.
silhouettes now. Different silhouettes, short dresses, after party dresses, a lot of overskirts. So they're changing the skirt to an after party
Yeah,
style dress. And they're doing a lot of matching veils. They're doing a lot of matching gloves. I just did a glove and matching veil for a bride in December. So yeah, a lot of cathedral long veils.
right.
Hmm.
Yeah, I've kind of noticed that a lot where I'll see pictures and I'm like, okay, that's not the same dress as the wedding. So they have a dress for the wedding and then they have one for the reception.
Sure. Now they're doing, yes, multiple dresses. Um, so that's how, that way they get to enjoy their day. If they can afford to dress, they
Right,
should. They should. But if they can't, we can always change it. Add an overskirt. Take away the veil. Yeah, yeah.
That
Whatever
makes
the
it
bride
easier to
wants, they
dance,
get.
afterwards,
yeah. Yeah, you need to
Exactly.
be
Exactly.
more comfortable for the dance floor.
Also,
So
bustling,
when,
if that's really important, so that they're able to dance. They bustle dance and dress. Good
right,
training.
when ideally should a bride start shopping for her dress?
I would say if you're going to a traditional bridal shop, 8 to 10 months, maybe like a year before, because it takes time to order a dress. But with my shop, it's usually, I would say, 2, 3 months is plenty of time, or as soon as they get engaged, that's fine. The more time you give yourself, the less stress you will have.
Right.
But since my dresses are off the rack, they don't have to wait for the dress to come in. The dress that she tries on and falls in love with is the dress she gets to wear that on her wedding day. So that's the dress we work on, whether we're changing the style, the lace, the train, making it short, doing alterations, all of that. Buying the jewelry, yeah, we plan it out.
Hey Roxy, what
And how
percentage
should a
would you
bride-
say buy off the rack versus custom?
I'm sorry, say that again, John.
I was gonna ask, what percentage would you say of women buy dresses off the rack versus custom order?
In my shop or just
In your shop? Yeah.
in my shop, I would say 90% of the time it's off the rack. But sometimes a bride says, Roxy, can you get me a dress similar to this? I like to work with you. I'm comfortable working with you. And I say, okay, I can find it for you. And I have bridal shops that I work with throughout the U.S. I have some in New York, some in Los Angeles, Texas. I contact them and say, do you have this type of a dress in this size? Yeah, the bride needs to communicate with me, be honest with me and say, this is what I'm looking for, Roxy. Can you find it?
Right, yeah.
And I try to meet their budget, obviously.
So how should a bride prepare for their dress appointment or coming into your store?
Well, I'm sure every bride already has some idea of what they want. They've been dreaming about it. Hopefully, if they're romantic, they're dreaming about it since they were little girls. But it's nice to research, see what they like. A lot of brides see the Pinterest, which is a good source. There's nothing about that. It's a good source. You gotta be realistic as far as budget, because a lot of those Pinterest dresses are like $6, $7, $8,000. Some brides can afford it, some brides can't. But it's try to meet them halfway. When they come in, I say, have an open mind, look at it on the hanger. It's not the same as the hanger and the Pinterest picture. You have to try it on because it's your wedding. It's not the model's wedding. You need to really have an open mind and bring in your friends and family that agree with your style.
Yeah.
And lots of times I also advise them to have a pre-appointment, which is a pre-appointment. A pre-appointment is when a bride comes in with a friend, just two of them. They come in and see my inventory and narrow their choices down to 3. That way, when their family members come in, when their moms and their aunts come in, they show them these 3 dresses. What do you think? Which one should I choose? Just like when they go to buy a house, like the house hunters, and what's that show called? House.
Yeah, there's house hunters. There's several of them.
Yes, they narrow down their choices to 3. So it's similar to that. That way, you don't have opinions left and right from family members.
Right, yeah. Yeah, I could see where that could be challenging with some families or friends, depending on, their opinions.
The other thing I would advise brides to not to order online. There's a lot of online sales going on. That's the biggest advice I can give them. First
Yeah.
of all, try to support small businesses.
Right.
And online dresses, you don't know how they're going to show up, especially if you have limited time. They arrive, is it the right size?
Yeah, and sometimes just the timing of shipping and getting it can be a challenge. You don't know when you're going to get it or if you're going to get it.
I think Roxy's frozen, Susie.
I think she is too. Let's see.
I think we lost Roxy.
Okay. Maybe she's logging out and logging back in.
Maybe it'll be clear. How's it now, Roxy?
It's good. And I can't hear my echo. That's perfect.
You know what?
Okay, that's good.
I can hear you way more clearly now too, actually. So, excellent.
Cutting off though.
It's
Yeah.
cutting off
So I was
on
saying
your end.
about sorry, Susie, you were saying
Oh, go ahead. You were talking about what?
online shops, online
shopping?
online shopping. I even hear sometimes that brides go to bridal shops, you know, mom and pop bridal shop, and they try dresses on just to see what's going to look good, and then they order online. This is not fair to the bridal shop owner, you know.
Right.
It doesn't serve them any good, the bride any good. The reason for that is the dress comes in, sometimes it's not the right color, it smells.
Roxy is frozen again.
Yes. There she is. All right. You were saying, Roxy? All right. So the online, there's benefits, a lot of pitfalls to it. We're learning.
So, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. So I wouldn't advise brides to purchase online. I can't tell you how many times I've had brides come in with an online dress and say, Roxy, what can I do with this? I would say just find a designer dress. You're on a budget, I understand. That's why you can come to my shop and be able to afford dresses that are under $2,000. Or I can meet your budget and find you a dress and give you that designer's experience. One of a kind dress, but on that's within your budget. So that's one advice I would definitely give you.
So what is a reasonable budget range for a wedding dress?
I think 1,500, but I do get brides that want to spend under 1,000. And
Under 1,000?
you can find something under 1,000, but those
Under
are
1,000?
dresses that under 1,000. Those are dresses that are a couple of seasons old, a couple of years old. But they're
Right.
still designer dresses. They're authentic. They're not copies. And then what they can do is I can always change the neckline, make it updated, make it more current.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good option.
So 1,500, I would say, is a good.
Good price point.
That's a start. Yeah.
So just like when house hunting, finding the one dress can be overwhelming. So how do you help brides feel confident in their choice? Roxy, did you hear that question? Oh.
No, I didn't hear the last question.
Did you hear that question?
Nope.
No? Okay. Okay. No problem. Just like when you're house hunting for the one address, how do you help brides feel confident in their choice?
If you keep if you
Excuse me.
Bless you.
or if you keep thinking of one house over another, and that's usually a sign that that's your house. Same thing with a dress. Once you stop shopping, you put the dress, you should stop searching. Same thing with a house. Stop searching after that. If you're searching, you keep looking at other dresses or houses, that's having doubts about it. But most of my brides that come in, they usually, once they choose a dress, they don't even look at anything else, which is great. And the ones that do, I had one bride do that where she just bought it in 1 hour. She said, okay, I know what I like. I'm in retail. I know what looks good on me. She didn't give herself time.
Yeah.
And she purchased it like that in 1 hour. And then a month later, she messaged me. She said, Roxy, I'm going to come in and I'm going to try to find another dress. Luckily, she was able to do that. I was able to exchange for something else. Yes. Same thing with the
Yeah.
house. You don't want to settle.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. With a house, I mean, you can look at several houses and you like bits and pieces of each house and they want it put together.
The
But
thing is, you're
a
going to
little give and
live
take.
in it for a long time.
Yeah.
It has to fit your lifestyle. And you should be able to dream yourself in that dress, and that not only the dress, the house too. Are you going to be able to entertain in that home? You should be able
Right.
to dream. Is it going to fit your lifestyle? It's going to fit your family. Are you going to be able to grow in it? Same thing with the dress. Years from now, 20, 25 years from now, are you going to look at the pictures and say, what was I thinking? Or are you going to say, oh, this was a great choice. It's a classic. It's clever.
Yeah. Kind of like at the Grammys, I saw Christy Teigen's dress and it looked like it was very hard to walk in. So that wouldn't be very
Well, they have
comfortable, but you
choices.
want to find a comfortable
They
dress.
can review
Yeah.
it all the time. Yes. A month later, there's another event they're going to. So they can afford it, no problem. But for the bride,
Right.
this is once in a lifetime. Sometimes 2, 3 times if they're lucky.
Yeah. Can you share a memorable story about a bride who found her dream dress?
Oh, I have a lot of brides. All my brides are very, very memorable, I have to say. But the ones that I can think of are mostly plus-size brides. The reason for that is because they feel very comfortable with me. And they share their thoughts and feelings. Most of them really is very, very memorable. She was one of my first brides in 2017, 2018 when I first started the retail and the business. And she came from the poor family. For her communion, she couldn't wear a communion dress like a bride. You know how communion dresses are. They
Right.
couldn't find one in her size, so she ended up wearing a white sundress. And all the other little girls were wearing with veil and bridal dresses for their communion. So she came to me, she told me her story. She said, you know, I'm in my late 30s, and this is my first marriage, and I'm doing a destination wedding in Italy.
Okay.
And I want to look just right. I want to have that bridal feeling. And I did find her a dress. I did a custom fit for her, and she just looked wonderful, absolutely wonderful. And I even met her fiance, and they're happily married till now.
That's
But
good.
that's a great feeling. I keep in touch with all my brides. I become friends with them online. I, so I see them having children and all that. It's a wonderful feeling. I always say, because I have two sons, I don't have daughters. I say, every bride that walks in here is like my own daughter. I get to dress them up
Right.
the way I want. But just recently, my son got married, my older son. So I have my daughter-in-law who's like a daughter to me, and I have a
Yeah.
grandchild now, a little girl who's 10 years old. Her name is Grace, and did I say 10 months? 10 months old. Yes. Yeah, and he's two, so I get to dress her up now. But still, my brides are special to me.
Good. What's one wedding trend that you absolutely love?
Lace, and more
Or
lace.
a wedding trend that lace and more lace? You like lace?
Yes.
What?
The traditional wedding dresses, the A-line dresses, they're just absolutely dreamy. And for the petite brides, when it's fitted dress and then an overskirt, that makes them look very tall.
Uh-huh.
Myself, am a petite person. My own wedding dress was fitted and then it had an overskirt. And this was back in the 80s, late 80s. So I still look at my pictures. I love my dress, except the proof sleeves that it has, because I wanted to look like, I wanted to have a proof sleeve just like Princess Diana's, which is a mistake.
Right.
Now I look at the pictures and I feel like covering those proof sleeves. Other than that, I love my wedding dress.
Good. Is there any, I guess, wedding trends that you would like to see disappear? Maybe the puff sleeve and stuff for you, but
Well, I tell you, a trend that's coming back is drop waist. That's
Okay.
one of the trends lately, which was the trend a couple of years ago. I would say about 10 years ago, but it's coming back. I don't know if it's going to take off.
yeah.
But, I do have a couple of dresses that are drop waist now. And then the ones that black dresses, I don't know how brides are going to feel years from now. And I also asked brides, it's fine if you want to wear a black dress, but are you going to wear a veil? And what color is the veil? Black? It's just
Right.
a bit funerally to me. So I'm okay if black dresses disappear, I'm okay with them. But if a bride wants to do black dress, more power to her. Let her do it. Yeah, let's just cross our fingers that she's not going to regret it years from now.
Right.
The other
So
thing
where can our
that I
listeners-
would like to sorry. The
Oh,
other
no,
thing
go
I would
ahead.
like to disappear, I think it already did, is burning the dress. After they were done with it, they were burning the dress.
Oh, wow.
And I'm thinking, wait a minute, it's a shame. There's a person that worked on this for hours and hours. It takes such a long time to make this. Why? Why burn it?
Right. Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm glad. I think
I've never heard of
that
that.
one where disappeared. Yeah, they did that, but now they a lot of them they sell it or they donate it. There's a cause. It's called Brides for Cause for the Cancer Research in Atlanta. They can always donate their dresses there
Yeah.
for breast cancer.
I know. I have my own wedding dress. I had it cleaned and it's in a box, so I'm assuming it's my wedding dress. There's no like, I wish there was like a window in the box, but there's not.
Oh, wow.
So I assume it's in
Yeah.
there. There's something in there.
Yeah, I have stories about that too, but I won't share it online. It'll take forever. So I'll cut it short.
Yeah. So where can our listeners find you? Are you on?
I'm on Google. They can find me through that. Wedding
On Google?
Wire, yeah, yes. And I also have a website, of course, like everyone else. It has roxysdesign.com. I'm on
Okay.
Instagram, Roxy's Bridal. But if you Google me and just Roxy's Designer Collection, they'll find me. They'll see my reviews too. So
Okay. And do you have any upcoming events or promotions?
yes, I do. As a matter of fact, we moved out of my home to a bridal shop now. It's in a residential area because I like to be close to home. And it's been a month. I moved here. My husband built this for me.
Okay.
And we're having a grand opening February 22nd. It's a
February
Saturday.
22nd.
Yes. And I have all the flyers online and announcements online. I'm still going to have the appointments that Saturday from 10 o'clock until 5. And then after that, after 5, 6 o'clock, we're going to have appetizers, some light drinks. And I'm inviting people in the industry, future brides, current brides, past brides, and welcome. But space is limited, so make your RSVPs, please. Message me. Yeah, you can call me. My
Okay.
phone number is also on my website.
Great. Well, yeah, I'm sure that your husband, since he built that, you were able to kind of customize it to what you need. So that's very nice.
Yes, and it's wonderful because I've always had my design house close to my home. That way, when I get the inspiration in the middle of the night, I go to my workroom and start working. I start sketching.
Yeah.
So I do custom dresses still. I do about one dress a year. I work with the bride from beginning to end. That usually takes a process of 6 to 8 months at least. If they give me a
Okay.
year, that's even better.
Yeah. Well, that sounds great. Let's see, John, did you have any questions?
You covered so much of it. I know you mentioned your how to find you online, which is phenomenal. And where is the actual physical address if somebody wants to stop by or see you?
Yes. It is in a residential area, like I said, because my workroom is in my home. So it's right next door. It's right next door. It's a designated area, so my family and my brides have privacy. They can come in. There's a separate
Right.
entrance. So it's a complete bridal shop. Right next to my home.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's perfect for brides, especially the ones that are coming from out of town. They have different schedules. I've had brides from Pennsylvania. I've had brides from Northern California. So they come at different times. They met. Yeah, I can.
I think we're frozen.
The ones that are coming, what was that, John?
I think she's frozen again. There she
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
How's that?
Okay. You were asking a
That's
question,
good.
Susie?
Oh, I was just gonna say the ones that are coming from out of state, are they finding you online? Or is it somebody referring them to you?
Referral online. Sometimes their moms find me, and they see my reviews. They're impressed. They come in with their daughters. So, yeah. How it works.
Fabulous.
well, that's
I've learned
great.
a ton today. Great information.
Yeah, so again, I'm Susie, and we've been talking with Roxy at Roxy's Designer Collection, and it sounds like she has a great business going there and loves working with brides and helping them find the one dress, and she can even do some customization as well. And I am with Got Spouse Need House with Remax Fine Properties, and we will go to bridal shows, but we're offering the bride and groom, 10% off of the buyer's agent's commission. Will go to them as a credit when they buy a house. There is like a time period. It can't just be, 20 years down the line. But yeah, within 3 years. And I know John, he has some incentives as well.
We do on
And
the title
then
side. If
Jeff
you buy a
would-
house or sell a house or refinance a house, you need a title company to do the paperwork. Of course, you need an amazing realtor like Susie. We do the paperwork, get everything closed for you, and we have special interest rates for our loan program too. So.
Okay, great. And then we also have a lender that's part of our team, Jeff with Fairway Mortgage, and they are paying for the appraisal costs. So we make a great team, and we look forward to helping out brides and grooms and sending them your way as well, Roxy.
Sounds good. I'll send them your way.
Okay, great, thanks. Enjoy the rest of your week.
Thanks, everyone.
You do the same. It's been my pleasure.
Okay, thank you.
Bye, everyone. Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.